Hi and namaste. My name is Kunal Jain. So, the way this entire education movement going on, and especially in Rajasthan, I wanted to share something very important. I am an NRI who came back 2 years ago from US and wanted to do some work in the field of education, wanted to improve the education in Rajasthan. I have a foundation which is active for last 10 years, and we have been trying to disrupt the government school systems where the education levels are very, very low. And I have done so much work in last 2 years. I went around, met the school principal, tried to connect with the minister, connected with the top bureaucrats in the education industry in Rajasthan. And I attended two of their Rising Rajasthan's event. We had signed up for to run a academy here to improve the skill set of students who pass out from 12th grade. So I have done a substantial work and substantial exercise in last 2 years. And today I find a courage to share that all of our exercise, all of our work, all of our efforts, it went so much in vain that it just feel very painful. It generates no output, no result, despite of putting a lot of money, resources and efforts. And the reason I find every time I meet a minister, there is somebody who is connected with the minister. They follow me, they come to my home, or they ask me to meet somewhere in the five-star hotel. We meet, and the entire intention of that person is to find a way to get a bribe or commission out of me. This is the state of affairs here. I'm not sure it is just in this state, but this is very, very unfortunate. I tried to meet somebody in Rising Rajasthan. There I connected with a bureaucrat who asked me to come to his office. I went to her office. She was an IAS, and as soon as meeting was great, she was very kind to me. I had a wonderful meeting. As soon as I come out, I find another person who is a lower level of bureaucrat, maybe an RJS or somebody. So this IAS connected me to that person, and she made me sit in such a shitty office. There was no computer, nothing. The windows were broken. It was a very, very filthy office, and it was the Department of Education head office here in Rajasthan. And all she wanted me to connect through some vendor whom she knows and she recommends. So she asked me to meet a five-star hotel. And all conversation, we had about an hour meeting with the vendor, with herself, is about how much commissions I'm going to give it to them if they get us the project. And I told them, this is my foundation work. I'm not making any money in this whole deal. We want to improve, we want to genuinely improve the conditions of government schools and students who are actually studying there. They care less about it. They had no idea. The only thing they care about is, we don't know. We can get you the projects. Come here. Keep aside some money for commissions and bribery, or we can form a joint venture, and in joint venture make us a partner. That's all they were talking about. I tried to meet the minister, who was very kind, very nice. He gave me the permissions to run our program for a skill-based program in some of his schools. And to my surprise, actually, I met the IAS also. He called that person. And he arranged a permission immediately for us to go into the schools and take the classes or run our summer program, where we were bringing these kids to our school and we were teaching them. I ran one program for 30 days. But I got a zero participation from government schools. I had to find kids who are local kids from the villages and put my own efforts to bring the kids to the summer program. Government despite of all of that my efforts did nothing. There was a letter which was distributed to the government officers on behalf of my foundation by the minister with his approval that please support Mr. Jain's foundation. He has some radical ideas. He wants to improve the conditions of the schools. Nobody paid any attention. And if I try to contact the school principal or go to the school principal with that letter copy, nobody cares. They just don't want us to visit the school. We were able to only visit inside the campus one school after my lot of push. That one principal was kind enough to let me take few classes, which I did, and conditions were horrible. There were computers who were boxed. I asked them why the computers are in the boxes. They said computers are in the boxes because our roof leaks. So if we put them out and if you put the computer lab, chances are they all are going to go bad. Then I went to the computer classroom, which was supposed to be a computer classroom, but it has only one computer. On that computer, their IT staff sits, and the role of IT staff is to enter the data digitally to the central server so that they can send regular reports about the school. Now, if they are not teaching, if they are not there are no computers, labs in the school, what kind of reports are they sending to the state? This is the real situation of our schools here in Rajasthan. It has been now 2.5 years. I have been still trying to find ways to help these students, but it is very, very tough. I heard students there, they love my classes, they wanted me to come. The teachers were scared so much that they may lose their job because they had no idea if we are able to take the videos or pictures of their infrastructure, it may lead to shut down their school. And that is the situation they had. I was really, really surprised. I was in a recess of students and students were running around. I was sitting in my car and I heard one teacher screaming on that student, literally abusing with the gali, and said, "Can you clean up the toilet? I have to use it." Now, can you imagine what kind of impression I had at that time when I heard this? But this actually happened. And there's so many stories. Whenever I visited any school, I never found satisfactory infrastructure. Now, I understand government has limited amount of budget, but why they are not allocating the budgets? Why they are not ensuring the teachers are taking classes? The one school where I took classes, I was supposed to take only 30 minutes, 45-minute classes. Then our principal came to me and said, "Sir, we don't have any more teachers coming today for next 2 hours. So either you continue to take class or we will let these students go." And I said, these are government employees, not too far from my place. I live in the city, not too far from the city. Why they are not able to take classes? Everybody has some kind of excuse. They just don't show up. And there is no reason for that. Now, more than that, all of these teachers have a collaboration, a fantastic collaboration, because they know you massage my back, I massage your back, so they all support each other. Whether it's principal, every layer of teacher, first grade teacher, second grade teacher, third grade, nobody wants to be a bad guy. Nobody wants to say bad things about anybody. Nobody wants to say bad things. They all are making enough money that they can live comfortably. Some of these teachers were coming in a very nice, good cars in the same schools. One time principal said, "Sir, every 3 months, some event happens. We do Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam in the school. There are more trees in the school than benches. There are more trees in the school than classrooms. We don't know where to put these trees. But since the state government just wants to make an event, a media attention, and minister comes, We all clap, we do an event, it gives some kind of boost to the minister, and then he goes back and nothing happens. So this is the state of affairs, and this is happened in Rajasthan, in Jaipur. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I didn't know what to do. I just don't have any idea what to do. I'm just making this video with the anticipation that it reaches to someone and they start thinking about it, how to, and it's not that tough to ensure accountability in the age of AI. It's not that tough. Government department has to open up to good vendors. They have to open up to consultants who can help them run the operations, and there are enough NGOs who are ready to do that. It just, they have to stop thinking that they can make commissions and bribe in every transactions they do, every decision they make. So this is why I made this video. I don't want to criticize anybody. I mean, we all are human beings, end of the day. People make mistakes, but that mistake is costing the entire generation. Think about it. So I hope this reaches somewhere and people will be mindful of making decisions in the education sector, especially in the state of Rajasthan. I'm happy to help any way I can. Thank you very much.